the continuing story. So, as I said in the previous episode, I was in a trance. I was high, Jesse Pinkman sort of high. Only the blue Heisenberg meth was just this person who shocked me with her presence, which was added on top of the blow suffered in the lawyer's office. Lawyer who said, you're going to lose a lot of money. And then to really blow me away and send me to the floor, knockout, she said, I'm Miss Romania. And I was in that state of grace, but also floating in the cloud in the brain and an inability to, which seems to return now, thinking about it, an inability to make computations, to make connections in the brain. Sounded to me like, is this for real? I'm really losing it, and of course I said, as I already mentioned, yeah, and I'm the Prince of Persia or whatever, the Sultan of Brunei. But she was right, and she would prove in just a matter of hours her story, which of course could be checked once I went home. I learned it somehow quickly, and I stopped doubting it because I could see she has charm. I was already under the influence, not like in the film, a woman under the influence of alcohol or drugs. But the magic, m-a fermecat cu răscântei în clipa în care ne văzum, deși nu decât femeie, totuși pot să nu știu cum. She charmed me when I saw her. She's just a woman, but she's otherwise, I don't know how. That's an approximate translation of a poem which explains the Blink effect. Blink, the power of thinking without thinking, by Malcolm Gladwell, explains how we meet in 1 minute or 2. We make a decision and we establish, for instance, in the Fortune top 500 companies, they have a huge proportion of tall men, mostly men, white men actually, and that's a proof of this. It's the Harding effect, a proof of this theory, which seems again to be confirmed by Trump and his rather unbelievable election. Tall men get top jobs on account of this blink, of this thinking without thinking, a reaction and an opinion which is conviction, which is formed after just a minute or 2. And so I could see she was right. And then we established anyway that we'll meet in a few hours, and I will take her from this home, which I still don't know, this place, which I still don't know what exactly it was at that moment. She had to change a few times while in Bucharest and while we've been together. That may be one reason, but the main one is what I said. I was so enveloped in this aura. I was so charmed, so flabbergasted that I had trouble seeing anything but this phenomenon. And it was indeed, imagine for yourself, you meet Miss or Mr. if you're a woman, the most supposedly the most attractive, interesting person of the land. It's the equivalent of a princess or a prince coming down from the fairy tale and looking to you from the seat to your right and saying, I'm here for you. I'm Prince Charming or Snow White. So, you think you remember what trees were on the side of the road while you were taking this trip? I don't think you would. Anyway, or perhaps in some cases it's so accurate. I remember the pain suffered in this hotel in Sofia, but that's for some time later. That was strong. So we met and I took her. This was, I don't know, noon, 1 o'clock on that day, around Christmas, 1990. Even if sometimes I was thinking it was 90 or 91. It's such a storm in the head taking place at that time. Hurricane, typhoon, tsunami, everything. The stars moved, the planets were different for a while, so that's the only explanation. Plus, after that, it's true, I went into a little therapy. I don't know, once or twice I had to see an analyst, but otherwise it was really gloomy. I'm anticipating. I'm coming towards the end already. But in quite a few episodes, jumping ahead and back. At 7, 8 in the evening, she was part of a show cheering, honoring the athletes of the year, those who won. Was it the Olympics? No, in that year it wasn't. It was 1960, 92. There will be an Olympics somewhere, Greece, I think. But whatever they did, they had trophies, and she was one of those handing trophies, diplomas, whatever, at the Palace of Sports and Culture. Not sala Palatului, sala Palatul Sporturilor și sala polivalentă. Anyway, one such big building which has all kinds of events taking place within. And I took her there and waited for her to come out after the show was over. But that's already for the next episode.